Hello and welcome to this weekly mailing on Speech Day weekend, and I'm really excited to welcome as many of you as possible to the site here tomorrow. As you can see, I'm in an empty marquee right now, and tomorrow morning at about 11 o'clock this will be full as we celebrate together. It starts this evening with a concert, and then we go straight through until the evening with the sixth form ball tomorrow. Just a little heads up about the weather, so it'll be shirt sleeve order. Dress code for our pupils, and please feel free to do that as well. Just aware of water as well, and making sure that everyone's got enough to drink. There are lots of water stations around the site. We've got sun cream ready. We've thought about as many things as possible, but it is going to be hot, so we will looking forward to seeing you then. I just thought I'd give a brief update on the Independent Schools Council case which brought against the government regarding a tax on education and how it was compatible or not with the human rights law in this country. And the court case came out last week, and it found in favour of the government, so we lost in our case on that. The Independent Schools Council represents all of the independent schools in the country, and we are members of that group, and we're really grateful to them for the work that they have done on behalf of the sector. And there were a number of things that did come through in the case, even though we weren't successful on this particular occasion, and we're not going to appeal this particular case. But some things have been made clearer. So there's a protection now for independent education. The government tried to argue that we should be in a position to remove independent education. The court found very much clearly that that was part of our freedoms as a nation to have independent education, so we're grateful for that. It was also a recognition that the policy interfered with the rights of certain cohorts, in particular SEND pupils, but there was a sense that the margin of discretion was within the gift of Parliament. The slogan around tax breaks and describing VAT on schools and not paying it as a tax break, that has moved to a more neutral language referring to as tax change, and I think that social piece and that soft skills area is something which is really useful for us to have. So referring it to as a tax change is a more neutral way of talking about that particular issue. There was a great acknowledgement of the variety of schools. Now, that's something all of us know. Not all schools look alike in the independent sector, and the sense that we've got different shapes and sizes, we're not all one, I think benefits us in the future too. And the ISC are going to continue to challenge the rhetoric within the government of the £1.5 billion going directly to schools, partly because we want to maintain that pressure to support our local state schools with the funding that they need, but also just to hold them to account for the claims that are made about what this will bring. So unfortunately we weren't successful in that particular case, but it does mean that the conversation starts to become more nuanced. There's a greater recognition of what our schools and what our sector is like, and an understanding of the cohorts that have been particularly badly affected by this. But we continue to have those conversations and work on many different ways as possible to reduce the impact on you as parents, and fundamentally on the value that your young people will get out of schools such as ours. That's the tax piece of information. I'm really looking forward to talking about other things tomorrow when we celebrate all the things that your sons and daughters have done this year. Have a wonderful weekend.